Hello my peculiars and welcome back or welcome to my peculiar corner if you're new here. My name is Andy and here we are at yet another magical encounter. I hope you are doing well, hope you had an amazing week. Mine was fine. Finally we got some snow, so everything was a bit magical for one day. It went away, but I'm pretty sure next week it's gonna come back, hopefully. We keep our fingers crossed. Anyway, I wanted to prepare something special for you this week because something that I was waiting for arrived yesterday. If you wanna find out what I'm talking about, just go and check out my Instagram account at Andy's Peculiar Corner. You will see it in my stories. It's a very magical book put together by one of my best friends. He's amazing, talented, his imagination is out of this world, so definitely you will be looking forward to next week's video. But until then, this week we are going to dive even deeper into the Oceanology series, and we are going to go on an adventure under the deepest oceans in the world. Into, not under. And that's gonna happen with the Oceanology book, one of my most favorite ology books. I really hope you will enjoy it, but until then, let's get ready and crack on with the show. Here I am back from the Peculiar Library. Now, as you can see, we changed a bit the background and we have a very festive, snowflakey background. I really hope you like it. Now, as you can see, this book is different from the last two books that I showed you because this is the US version that was released by Handbook Press. So we don't have it with the spine bending and so on. It's quite different. We don't have any kind of gems. And now I do not know how the Oceanology version of the Templar Publishing looks like, if it's different or anything, but if you have it in your collection, please let me know. I would really love to know that. Now, this is Oceanology Handbook, a course for underwater explorers, and again, it's done the same as the other two that we explored already, the handbooks, which is there will be homeworks and so on, and we will have some stickers as well, but let's get into it. Now, we don't have any kind of letter in this one, and here it says the Oceanology Handbook, a course for underwater explorers by Professor Pierre Arona. And then, of course, as I said, Candlewick Press. Then here we have some tickets, type of coral reefs, very nice artifacts and pictures. Here we have a beautiful illustration, and it says, mere words cannot begin to describe the myriad wonders and peculiarities of the underwater world. And here we have table of contents. I'm gonna put it closer to the camera so you can pause if you want to read. Here we have a long letter. It's dated August 17th, 1863, aboard the submarine Nautilus. So of course it's connected with Jules Verne. And here we have part 1, exploring the oceans. Again, we are going to have a lot of beautiful illustrations, but I'm going to read this part for you. To begin our study of oceanology, I shall acquaint the reader with some introductory information about the oceans and explain the various means by which they are navigated and explored. Ocean exploration can be a perilous business, even on the surface, so I can only hope that our fate aboard the Nautilus proves to be more favorable than that of Captains Magellan, Cook, and La Perouse. Of course, we have a map here, beautiful map. We have an illustration of the puffin, Fratercula arctica. He's a brightly built seabird found along the Atlantic coastlines of northern Europe. Here we have oceans of the world and sea, gulfs, bays and straits. Then we have chapter 2, a brief history of ships. Muscle power, wind power, the age of sail, steam power, beautiful illustration. And also here we have activity. Find out how to make a simple model sailing ship. You could use a piece of wood for the hull, a dowel for the mast, and a sheet of stiff paper for the sail. So you can try and do your own ship. Here we have navigation, and we have bird's eye view, telescopes sighting the sun, compass, chronometer, dividers, barometers, scientific measurement, and here we have beautifully a compass and also some activity. Then we have flags, friend or foe. Here we have Blue Peter, Yellow Jack, Jolly Roger, and here we have flag writing. Very, very nicely done. And also they give you even an activity to, can you read this message in semaphore? So you can try, you can pause it and you can have some fun trying to read the message that you have here at the bottom of the page. Now we have signaling at night, foghorn, lighthouse, the Morse code, the famous Morse code, and here the activity is, can you spell out your name in Morse code? And here you have the alphabet. Again, I'm gonna put it closer to the camera for you so you can pause and you can even write it down. So you have your own Morse code and then you can just have fun and create some messages and coded messages and play some games. Then we have ocean's hazards, shipwreck, then we have beasts of the deep, stormy seas, and here we have the pink lines indicate areas where tropical storms are most likely. The black dots show the sites of several notable shipwrecks. And I'm going to, yet again, take it closer to the camera for you, and you can pause and read. You can even see the name of the ships that sunk in that area and also the year. Then we have Beneath the Waves, Legendary Visit, Wooden Turtle, and here we have Metal Submarines, and here is the Nautilus. Beautifully done. Chapter 8, Diving, an early diving suit, and we have some very nice illustrations again. And here we have Beware of Sharks, the airlock. And also here it says, draw and label your own design for a diving suit or submarine. What features would you like to include and why? You can let me know in the comments below about that. I would like to know. Sunken treasure, gold and jewels, recovered knowledge, finders and keepers. Then we have myths of the sea, sea monsters, merfolk, of course Atlantis. Then we have Ocean's Explorers. Again, it's very educational. As all the other ology books, you will learn a lot about history from these books. And we have Magellan Embarks, Killed in Battle, Around the World, Captain Cook. And here we have Cook's Voyages, a map with his voyages. Again, I'm gonna put it closer for you to see. And then here as activity we have, can you find out the names of the 4 ships used by Captain Cook during his voyages of exploration? Let me know in the comments below. Then the fate of La Perouse, Shipwreck and Massacre, Ship's Bell, Trading Goods, Louis d'Or. Beautiful illustration. It says oceanologists have many tools at their disposal to help them in their understanding of the world's waters. Here we have part 2, understanding the oceans. Light and depth. Here we have trenches, abyssal plain, abyss, midnight zone, twilight zone, sunlit, surface zone, and continental shelf. Lightening the darkness, ocean trenches. Then we have wind and waves, wind belts, the directions of the wind, a beautiful map of how the winds are moving around the globe. Then we have currents, the currents of water, and we have surface and thermal cycle. And for this I'm gonna again get the book closer to the camera so you can pause and read the map, see it better. Then we have tides and coasts, beaches, cliffs, and the ocean floor. Beautiful illustration of the underwater mountains. And here we have master cartographer Tomislav Tomic, I presume it's mapping the seabed. And it's a beautiful, beautiful map of the seabed. Again, you can pause and explore it better. Then a shifting surface, constant movement, closed continents. Here we have a map of the old continents. Then constructive boundary, collision boundary, conservative boundary, something about the destructive boundary, deadly waves. We know tsunamis, volcanoes. Then undersea cables. The first oceanologist, Matthew Maury, born in 1806, may rightfully be considered the first modern oceanologist. Here we have an oceanologist's Bible, the transatlantic telegraph, armored cable, and here we have the transatlantic telegraph cable, approximately length of cable 2,500 miles, 4,000 kilometers, and it's from the British Isles all the way to the US. Then here, this is one of my most favorite illustrations. Each level of the ocean has its own community of sea creatures, although the numbers of different species tends to decrease the deeper you go. And here we have the types, you know, the types of the levels of the water in the oceans, and you have surface, sunlit, twilight zone, midnight zone, the abyss, and the trenches, and the species that live in each level. And here we have life in the oceans, my most favorite part, I would say. Again, if you remember from the Oceanology encyclopedia, we have this beautiful illustration of the animals of the sea. Here we have ocean drifters, blue giant, and we have the whale. Then beaks and bones, whales and dolphins, furry mammals, birds, reptiles, fish, sharks and rays. And here the activity is try to guess how many different shark species there are, then do some research to find out whether you were right. Then we have boneless beasts, simple animals, tentacled terrors, mollusks, crabs, shrimps and lobsters. Then we have marine plants, beautiful illustrations again, kelp forests, weedy wonder, a food web. Here we have a food chain of ocean life, if you want to pause it, and you can see how fishes feed, the web of life as well. And here we have radiolarians. Then the upper ocean, again beautiful illustrations. Then we have coral reefs and how is it formed. I'm gonna put it closer for you if you want to pause and read. I think it's gonna be easier. Then we have reef life. We have something about deadly colors, something about the clownfish, black-saddled pufferfish, parrotfish. Again, I'll keep it closer if you want to read. This is my favorite part of the book because I just really love animals. You know that any kind of, be them magical or real, I just love them. For me, all animals and beasts are real. And then we have the middle levels. We have the twilight zone, the midnight zone, and something about the lanternfish. And here we have the ocean depths, which is the abyssal zone and trenches. And then whales and whaling, surface peril, tooth trophy. Then we have a whale of a tail. Here we have Herman Melville and Moby Dick. Let me know if you read the book. I didn't yet, but it's on my book list. Then we have a few pages about Charles Darwin, which, by the way, I have an encyclopedia, pop-up encyclopedia that's only about Charles Darwin. We are going to do a flip through that as well in the future, but at the moment I have no idea in which box is that located. So here we have Voyage of the Beagle. That's how the book is called, Voyage of the Beagle, actually. Then we have classification of species, Galapagos finches, and the evolution of life. Here we don't need to see, those are the solutions. Here we are at the end, and You can see that some of the stickers I used, I actually have a bullet journal, scrapbooking journal, where I wrote a mini story about an adventure into the depths of the water, and I used some of the stickers from this book there. I'm gonna do a flip through that as well. If probably you asked yourself, yes, it will be a flip through, but more into the future because that's part of the book that I'm writing, so I can't really show you much. As you can see, we even have a sticker with the Morse code, beautiful stickers with some explorers, the Nautilus, some magical creatures. Well, yeah, you can say they are magical anyway. All creatures are magical. And here we even have some wax seals, stickers, a lighthouse, and we also have a letter. And here it says, "Dear Leader, Francis Beaufort devised the Beaufort wind scale in 1806. It listed a series of visual signs associated with increasing wind speeds, so that it was possible to tell at a glance how strongly the wind was blowing. Beaufort was employed by the British Royal Navy, and his scale was made the standard for entries in ship's logs. Previously, these entries could differ wildly. After all, the term strong breeze can mean different things to different people. Carry this handy chart with you. It will help you keep accurate records on your ocean voyages and other journeys. Yours, Professor Pierre Arnaud." This was the letter, and here we have the Beaufort wind scale. Again, you can pause and you can read. And here we have beautiful illustrations of a ship and different type of forces of the wind and what they can do. Very well taught, right? No wonder ology books are my favorites, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you love them as well. Now here on the back we have the Oceanology Handbook. In 1863, a group of scientists set out on the undersea voyage of a lifetime aboard Captain Nemo's submarine Nautilus. This volume, penned by Professor Arnaud during that fateful voyage, is an introduction to the wonders of the oceans. Packed full of tales of history's greatest ocean explorers, the underwater world's most mysterious inhabitants, and the Earth's incredible shifting surface, as well as stickers and activities, this comprehensive guide will leave you ready to take it to the waves. Now here it says it costed $15 US, 20 Canadian dollars. I don't remember how much I honestly paid for it, but I can tell you I got it from Book Depository when Book Depository was still around. But of course, as you are already accustomed, in the description you are going to find links to get this book. And if I am not able to find it new, I will also put for you eBay links, just in case, you know, maybe you really want to make this beautiful book part of your collection. Now, thanks again for sticking around for another magical week into the Ology series. And until next week, don't forget two very important things. Stay magical, stay peculiar, always. Bye for now.